This year, the world has witnessed painful events in Pakistan, the African continent, and various parts of Europe and America. And all these events and the destruction represent a lesson to be learned and alarm over the planet. The COP27 will also urge developed countries to fulfill their commitment of contributing $100 billion a year to cope with climate change.
We have sensed over this year specifically a change in the positions of delegations that had reservations. I think this has come about because of the momentum that has been created since Paris, since Glasgow, and the need to maintain that momentum and the recognition that that can only be done if there is a sense of equity and confidence and trust among all the parties.
When we look at where we were a few weeks ago, where the discussion was whether or not loss and damage would even be on the agenda, and the fact that it has been adopted as an agenda item demonstrates progress and parties taking a mature and constructive attitude towards this. This is a difficult subject area. It's been floating for 30 plus years. So that the fact that it is there as a substantive agenda item, I believe bodes well.
South Africa is represented by President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is leading the country's delegation. Egypt is presenting itself as the champion of Africa and the global south. Meanwhile, the EU has pledged to cut net emissions by at least 55% by 2030 from 1990 levels and reduce them to zero by 2050.
Heavy negative impact on livelihoods. The best answer to that is massive investment in renewable energy.
Meanwhile, Egypt says it's going to press for a just energy transition that allows poor countries space to develop economically, a boost to cheap climate finance, and addressing compensation demands by vulnerable states for damages from climate-induced extreme weather events. Kylie Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.